He kōna e purangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
I feel so sad. It brings a lot of trauma because I witnessed the same situation. So the situation is just chaos there at the moment. So people are stuck with no way out.
I left Congo, that was back in 2004, from North Kivu to South Kivu to Bukavu. So they captured Bukavu back then in 2004. And when there was that kind of apparent peace or stability, that's when we flee. So it was just the same thing again. It is happening now, really. Just hoping that something will be done.
And all this is coming it's caused by one thing, and some of the things are the rare materials that are in the Republic of Congo.
Congolese diaspora in Auckland gathered at a rally to bring attention to ongoing conflict in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where since January this year alone, nearly 7,000 people have been killed. About the size of Western Europe, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, has almost 72% of the world's coltan resources and a wealth of other mineral resources from gold to zinc. Vying for control over the East's vast mineral reserves are more than 100 armed groups. The precious untapped minerals in Congolese soil have globalized the impact of the conflict, with several multinational corporations vested in the resources, and Congolese minerals an inextricable part of our own everyday lives, from phones, batteries, electric cars, you name it.
It's contributing to our good life here, how life is made simple and easy, advanced technologies, electric cars, cell phones, laptops, flat screen TVs, and all this luxury that we have, it's coming at the cost of people being displaced for 30 years now. And people losing their homes, being forcibly displaced. Currently, there are people still waiting from that time the Nyota came here in 2003. They're still waiting to be resettled.
This is Here Now, and I'm Kadambari Raghukumar. That's Redolin Saunga. The DRC is a vast nation of 100 million plus people, sitting almost exactly in the centre of the African continent. Angola, Zambia and Malawi lie to the south, and Central African Republic and South Sudan to the north. It shares an important eastern border with Burundi and, crucially, Uganda and Rwanda. For the past 30 years, DRC has been racked by multiple conflicts that have been called the First and Second Congo Wars that took seed in 1996, contested between ethnic and militant groups on the frontiers with Rwanda and Uganda, and the protracted Kivu conflict in the east that's now intensified. Nyota, who you heard earlier, prefers to only go by her first name, fled the DRC in 2004 to Uganda as a refugee. She eventually ended up in New Zealand in 2009.
I'm a mother of two. I came to New Zealand as a refugee. So I was in the east of Congo, but there is a place called Ituri. So there was a civil war going there between Hema and Lendu.
Those are two ethnic groups in the gold-rich region of Ituri, closer to the border of Uganda, a region long racked by violence. The current conflict in Goma and further east remind Nyota of a past she thought she'd left behind.
We could hear from far, but we never imagined that one day they would come where we are. So it was very hard. It is quite hard and to explain it to someone who never been to the area where I came from and the area where we're living. The rebels came in and then the killing was happening. They were killing people with machete. They would come at night, they're killing the population. And then those who are living a bit far in the rural area, starting moving, coming to get refuge in the city. Things get worse. We have to leave the country. But a lot of people died. We lost families, members, friends. People went to school together. It was just a chaos. Family were displaced. We didn't know where they are. people just running everywhere. So this is the situation. And then until I was in the refugee camp and came to New Zealand straight from the refugee camp, this all happened.
Whom did you come to New Zealand with?
Just me and my daughter, who was 1.5 years at the time, just the two of us. We arrived here in New Zealand. I didn't have my family because we were separated during the war, so I found myself in Uganda. Some of my family were resettled in Europe, and some of my family are still back in Congo up to present.
Nyota's been receiving images and videos from family in Ituri, some of which I've seen, and they're too horrific to describe on this podcast. In this region, Ugandan armed groups have seized Bunia, the capital of Ituri province, Nyota's hometown.
Although I'm here in New Zealand, but home is where your heart is. So your family are still there. They're stuck there. There's no happiness. Of course, I'm happy. My children are happy. We are safe. But I have a big family back home there. So every day you receive a phone call. Someone has passed away. They cannot sleep in the house. They have to run away. They don't know what will happening the next day. So it's so stressful and very traumatizing at the moment.
What are you aware of that's going on there?
I'm on phone with my family. They usually send me videos and photos. We talk almost every day or every couple of days. But I told them not to send me photos and video because it traumatized me a lot. Because I was there, I lived there, I experienced that people being cutting with machetes, women being killed. So it's something that I don't want to see it again, but it's still happening.
Amongst all the armed groups fighting in the region, the most prominent is the M23, whom the UN as well as the US and several other countries allege are backed by Rwanda and is violently taking control of the resource-rich territory Kivu, nearly 5 times the size of Rwanda. M23 are mostly led by ethnic Tutsis who say they need to take up arms to protect the rights of the minority group in the east of DRC. Rwanda rejects allegations that it supports the group with arms and funding.
The situation that is happening in Congo is way beyond our own imagination, our own capacity. We have no, how can I put it? Because it's a very big political situation that is happening there. As long as we still have all those minerals, there will never be peace in Congo. So it's something that is beyond us, like me, Nyota, to deal with. So the first thing is just to raise an awareness about it. I think this topic is quite a vast topic to talk about because it's more political than civilian to understand what is really going in Congo. But all we know is population who are suffering, innocent people are dying.
Redolin Sounga, who you heard in the beginning of the piece, was born in Brazzaville in Republic of Congo, separated by a river from Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which was called Zaire. Although the two countries share many commonalities, the former was a French colony and DRC, Belgian. Red's been working closely with the community here in Auckland to raise awareness around what's been happening. The rally that you heard at the top of the story and in the background now are one example.
I just want to raise awareness about this issue, that we can stand up about this issue, speak about this issue, because innocent people are being killed at the comfort of multinationals and big corporations who are taking advantage of people there, and innocent people being killed for their economic gains, as well as our life in the West and the Western countries. That's really improved by that.
Here in New Zealand, the community is mostly made of former refugees from Ituri, Kivu and Bukavu regions, with many family members still remaining in DRC.
I'd like also the New Zealand community to support the Congolese communities that are really impacted by this conflict. I really ask for the support and immigration as well to help provide a pathway where New Zealand citizens can be able to be reunited quickly with their families. That's one way to help the communities here. And these are our communities here. They live in New Zealand, they contribute here, and they are impacted.
Eddie Mokonzi again.
Are still in touch. We are still in contact with all our family, extended families back home. So when we are liaising with them, when we're talking with them and finding that, hearing that they're not safe, us being here and powerless, we can't do anything to help them. It's really mentally affecting us. But yeah, we are hoping that somehow this will end, and this is what we're praying for. This is our wish, and yeah, it will really help us living again together, sharing the same values that we've been sharing since back in the days, between both communities, Rwandan communities, Congolese communities, and like the wider African community. Yeah, so yeah, we're hoping that this will end, but knowing when, that's only God knows. But yeah, we're just living in hope that they will find a solution to this.
A big thanks to Redel Nsonga, Eddie Mokonzi, and Nyota for talking to me about the current conflict in the DRC. My name is Kadambari Raghukumar, and every week I produce an episode of Here Now that features people from around the world living here in New Zealand. You can find more episodes of Here Now on all your favourite podcast platforms, as well as the RNZ website. Today's episode was mixed by Rangi Powik.